Hey, welcome to Clicks and Quesadillas. This is my boy Zach.
Hey, how's it going, guys?
I'm Jason, your host. I've known Zach for like 20
Yeah, I'd say 20.
million years.
Old.
Our families went to church together.
St. Paul's.
Back in Pine Hills. So yeah, I'm gonna interview Zach. Thanks for letting me interview you.
Hey, thanks for letting me on the show, Jason. This is I've been thinking about this day for a while now.
Me too.
What I'm gonna say. Just kidding, guys.
Yeah, the interviews are a lot of fun for me. Today we're going to do something like I'm going to ask Zach a question. He might ask me a question, so we might like go back and forth. So that's what you're heading for. So do you have something in mind that you want to ask me?
No, I was thinking I was gonna give like some background on me maybe first, or just like kind of.
How long have you played Heroclix?
So I've been playing Heroclix. I believe I started when Clobbering Time came out, which was the second Marvel set. So that was like 2002, maybe 2003. We were playing.
How old were you?
Man, I was in middle school. 2000. Yeah, 2002. I was like in 7th grade. I was in 7th or 8th grade.
That's how I got people to play with me, because I was an adult and I'm like teaching kids how to play, so that's how I got.
That's how we slowly started. But yeah, I was playing, and probably competitively. I was playing for maybe like 10 years, 12 years, and then I slowly got out of it. But we'll address that later. So yeah.
How did you get into comics? Did you know about comics before Heroclix?
Yeah. So I got into comics. I think like any child, there's always cartoons, you know. So for me, the biggest one, well, there was two. There was the Fox Kids animated X-Men series that really got me going.
That was good stuff.
But then I think like my top favorite was the animated Batman series.
Yeah.
And so that spiked my interest, and then there was the Spider. So it started off, just the cartoons, and then, one time I was at Home Depot with my dad, and they just had this like odd value pack of comics.
At Home Depot. Huh?
Yeah, and it was only like $2. So my dad bought it. And I had what the front comic, which would caught my attention, was the 50th anniversary of Marvel, but it was the X-Men comic. So it had like Psylocke on it, and it had this guy who could like poison mutants. I can't remember his name, but he wore like a silk Asian robe. It was a really interesting storyline, and then it also had like the original Guardians of the Galaxy with like Adam 23 or Charlie 23.
Charlie 27.
Both of them. They had both of them on there, 23 and 27. The Crystal guy. It was really cool. So yeah, that was, and then playing Hero. So it was kind of passe. Just collected them here and there. Then playing Heroclix around 2002. Then I really started getting into comics, like actually collecting, diving into deeper stories. Because before I would just read like whatever story arc was going on at the time, but then I started doing like backtracking, reading Infinity Wars, Nightfall, which is of course where Batman gets his back broken by Bane, as everyone knows. Long Halloween.
Spoiler.
Just started going back, and yeah, I've just been collecting and reading ever since.
Have you ever been in a commercial?
I have been in a commercial.
Tell me about it.
So there was we were playing Heroclix at our local game store, and I can't remember. I think Jeff, the owner, was trying to film a commercial for his store, but was only going to be on like public access TV, like UPN 65. or they don't even have that anymore. But so it was going to be something
like free cable stuff.
Yeah, free
right?
cable. Like I guess the digital cable you would get from your antennas now. And so we were, and what was really cool that he filmed us. And Jeff was a really nice guy, and he tried to showcase all the games, because right now, comics are incredibly popular, and everyone loves them, and it's just so cool, and movies. But when we were playing, even at the game store, like, we were the nerds at the game store. It was the most unpopular game. Everyone was playing Yu-Gi-Oh, Magic, Pokemon. We would get pushed outside in like the blazing hot.
Yeah.
Like
No
blazing
tables
heat.
outside.
Yeah. So so we were really putting in work for for comic books way before it was ever cool, which sounds hipster, but that's the truth. And yes, it was really nice that he showcased us. And man, we had this giant Sinestro, who's Green Lantern's enemy, and we were moving him around, and then he gave it away, and I licked him first, and that's how I got him. But yeah, it was a good time. I never saw that commercial. Never.
No?
Was. No.
Oh. Did someone see it?
Maybe Nate or Casey. Maybe Casey did, because he's always watching TV. But
He did pass away.
yeah, well, that was bad timing. It was more so about that we both did that, not about the actual passing.
Yeah, we don't think it's funny that he died.
Just to clear that up. But yeah, so that was pretty much it. So Jason, what? It's a two-parter. What would you say your least favorite Heroclix is, and then what would you say your favorite Heroclix is? That's how a lot of my questions are going to go, least and favorite.
All right. Well, I have a big dislike of the Chase Sentry Void
yeah,
piece.
Yeah.
Just because he was just...
He's OP.
Yeah.
He's not balanced well.
So ridiculous. Just...
And why is he so ridiculous for the viewers at home?
Well, he has a multi-attack power, so he can do two things. So I think he starts with hypersonic, so he can like move up and attack, and then
run away.
He can attack or run away. Yeah.
But he also has Psychic Blast or Exploit Weakness, or one of the
probably
two.
Psychic Blast.
So where he nulls any of your defense, or at least at the time. I don't know if there's some new power now, but at the time, so he could run up, smash you for straight 5. Smash you again for straight 5, your character's dead. Sit there with like a 19 defense on some sort of object, just untouchable. And he was indomitable too.
Power Cosmic.
Oh, power, even better. So you couldn't outwit him.
And if he had the gauntlet, then...
The gauntlet is actually what was a turning point for me not to like Heroclix as much. It really changed the gameplay, and I felt it was broken. And then each item after that, it was just more ridiculous. The hammers were insane. The Bat Belt wasn't bad, because it was reasonable, the powers it would give you, but the hammers, man, oh.
+2 attack for all the guys that have the hammers. It's pretty awesome. It's pretty game changing when all your guys have like +2 to attack.
Mm-hmm. So that's a good lease. Yeah, I agree with that.
Favorite?
All time.
All time. I am really excited about the turtles that have come out.
Mm-hmm. I have not seen them, but I can imagine. Are they? What's their point value? Well, actually, point values now are still pretty odd to me.
Some might consider like the chase pieces from the first turtle set to be a little OP. Them and the super rare Krang.
Mm-hmm.
I like them a lot.
Well,
They're pretty amazing.
Well, Krang's from a different dimension, so he's pretty strong.
But I mean, I'm also a fan of like just the common turtles that were in that set.
Mm-hmm.
The chase turtles are 75. The common turtles are 50 points a piece, and I just think they're great.
Hey, do you remember in Turtles 2 where Super Shredder just knocked the pier on himself and killed himself? What a stupid ending, right, guys? Only 90s kids remember that. It was so weak.
Yeah. Yeah.
Big letdown.
There's.
That was it. That's all the build up.
There's no Vanilla Ice click yet.
Mm-hmm. Go Ninja Go.
Do you have a least favorite Heroclix piece?
Yes, I do. My least favorite
Floronic Man. Puppet Master.
Ringmaster.
Ooh, Ringmaster.
No,
Chris, don't buy it.
My least favorite Heroclix, and also character, is Deadpool.
Yes!
Because Deadpool is a slap clown. He's too much. He was cool, and I know there's probably a couple of nerds over here freaking out. But he was interesting.
Sorry, Zach, if you're watching. I know a guy named Zach. He likes Deadpool a lot.
No, it's okay. You still change your mind. He was neat when he was in like X Factor, and he was Merc with the mouth, and he only appeared a little bit, or like in X Force when he was like fighting Cable. That was really cool.
Oh yeah, they used him as a straight up villain.
Yeah. Even then, the Cable and Deadpool series was interesting, even though Cable became like way too strong because he had like the Ethernet Force or something like that.
Okay.
And then he fought Silver Surfer. In a psychic. I like Cable, but you're not that strong. Especially not. But I guess he got rid of I was gonna say genome. What's the mutant disease?
Oh, Legacy virus?
Yeah, he got rid of the Legacy virus.
Techno-organic virus.
Techno-organic virus. Yeah, that's what it turned out. So they got rid of that, and then I guess that's because that was stunting his psychic powers. But anyways, Deadpool is my least favorite. The duos are garbage. Just his character, burritos, it makes me hate. I will never play it. And if you field him, I will seek him out first, 100%. I don't care what it'll cost me. And my favorite character, my favorite Heroclix, that's a tough one. Because my favorite character is Captain America, not because of the movies, because I'm a patriot, and he's always been my favorite. I was fielding Captain America even when he came from Infinity Crisis, and he was garbage in Infinity Crisis. No move and attack powers. Sometimes one version didn't have range. No, just energy shield deflection, like a 16. Oh, it was bad, guys.
Infinity Challenge. You
Yeah.
said, right? You said
Infinity
Crisis.
Challenge. Oh, no, Infinity Challenge. Sorry, Infinity Challenge. It's been a long time since anyone's opened up one of those packs. But, so he's probably my favorite character. But pound for pound, my favorite Heroclix has to be either Light Pole Spider-Man from Secret Invasion or the Iron Fist from Secret Invasion. Those two were awesome. If before that, it was 66 rookie Firelord and 66 point experience Batman with willpower and outwit. That was
way back in the day.
Yeah.
It was Hyper Time. This is the first
Or-
DC set, the first Marvel set.
Yeah.
That's where those pieces were from.
That was the combo right there. Night Termite. I put them on the field. You're going down. 5 damage? What? Oh man, you guys don't even know. Yeah, so that was pretty awesome.
There's an Ultra Chase Deadpool on a unicorn.
Yeah, I bet. Yeah. See, stuff like that. They just put him in everything now. His water is garbage. His storylines aren't interesting. Gwenpool, the Agency X, get out of here with that. I don't want. There's so much more they could write about and do.
I always felt like he was more of a supporting character.
He should be. He's not. Now he's the flagship. He's the Spider-Man now of Marvel. Which is really upsetting. But anyways.
Anyways.
So yeah, that's how I feel. So, Jason, what do you feel, who do you feel is the most overrated character in Heroclix right now?
Like the piece is better than it should be? Like that kind of?
Or just tentpole. You know, so like predominantly DC, when DC would come out, there was always like one character that was just ultra strong, and you knew any game you played, you were going to see one of them. It could be a support piece that is just way too overpowered and way too cheap. It could be a straight tentpole for just some hypersonic speed, 12 damage.
I don't know if I can answer the question. I have not been going to tournaments lately, so I haven't really,
Just from
really
looking at
seen
characters. And you should go to, that's the only way you get better is by going to tournaments. Iron sharpens iron.
This Krang I have is pretty beast, but that was probably like last year's super OP piece.
Is he playable in tournaments?
He is definitely playable in tournaments. I think. I mean, you would have seen him at Worlds tournaments.
Oh yeah.
That piece, at least last year.
Now, is it just Krang as the floating brain, or is he in the robot?
In his robot. It's in his robot.
I was kind of hoping for just the brain.
Some people had. Also there's a common Baxter Stockman from the set.
The fly guy?
Not mutated.
Oh, okay.
But you give him a free action and you can heal someone with a robot keyword, and of course that Krang has a robot keyword. The Krang has a trait where you can up all his stats by 1 or 2. If you do it 1, he's giant size. If you do it 2, he's colossal.
Oh, 4 squares.
But afterwards, you take that much damage, 1 or 2 damage, depending on what you chose. So that's why Baxter is important to have on said Krang team. And there's also a character from the Avengers Assemble set named Justin Seifert. And
who is that?
I don't know anything about him. I don't have the piece, but he's like just some.
He's like a shield guy.
Some human kid, like a teenager, and like I think his story has something to do with him rebuilding a Sentinel.
Comment below if you know who that is.
And
like what you do on YouTube. Just say.
Thanks, guys. His story has something to do with him putting together a Sentinel and having like his own Sentinel, and I think that's like. It was a short-lived comic book series.
You're talking about, I saw the movie, Pacific Rim 2. Yeah, it's a girl, she builds her own Jaeger. Yeah, I see, it's cool.
So the Heroclix piece, it, like you play him and he gets to choose someone with a robot keyword, and like you get to give that robot keyworded character like a free action. So you get to like
neat.
Move Krang up for free, and then
giant size
make him colossal, and then he just go in. You also get to choose with Krang an attack power for free. So, I don't know.
Neat. I didn't realize the turtles were that
Probably
strong.
you would choose Smoke Cloud and just put up some smoke.
I would do Barrier. And try to put you in a box.
Like a mime.
Maybe Leap Climb, just so I can get away from you. That'd probably be good.
Alright, a question for you. Have you ever written WizKids any letters? Can you tell me about that?
Yeah, I actually wrote WizKids about Turtles and about He-Man.
Oh, did you? You mentioned Turtles also? It's probably his fault they made the Turtles.
And also, I didn't write WizKids, but you remember I talked about having light powers or special powers way before that came out. I was saying, oh, that'd be so awesome, but I'm sure a lot of other people did. But in our group, I was talking about like, oh, that'd be so cool if they all had like individual powers. Boom, now they have it. Pay me some money, WizKids. But yeah, so I wrote them a letter because Frank Miller actually wrote the Turtles storyline, and in Daredevil, the way they had it lined up for comic book fans is the same, the ooze that gave Daredevil his powers went down into the sewer, and then because Frank Miller did the best Daredevil series ever, and so that's how he wrote his storyline, is that the same ooze, like the exact same moment that Daredevil got his powers, that ooze went in, and then that gave the Turtles their powers, which is really cool. Really, really cool. And the artwork is always amazing when Frank Miller does it, and it also has like a heavier tone to it. But yeah, so I wrote them. Wasn't as eloquent, as writing I can do now. Didn't went nowhere. But hey.
Well, that was a long time ago. You were a kid when you wrote it, right?
I was a kid, yeah.
Okay.
And I wrote it. And I wrote "To Whom It May Concern" because I didn't know who to address it, and I just feel like when I write that, it doesn't go anywhere. I think I got that from you though, actually, because I think I remember seeing you write that a couple times for like Broken Pieces.
Oh yeah.
Which is a segue into my next question. Can you remember a character, like the character that you were most excited about pulling, but then was broken? Or the most like let down? You know what I mean? Like, yeah, I finally got it, and it was broken. I can tell you mine.
Are you thinking about anything for me? Because nothing's coming to mind that was.
Just wondering.
I mean, there have been
Smash the like button if that's happened to you guys.
Thanks, Zach. There have been some times where I'm like I open up my brick, my pack of 10, and I'm like I get the chase piece I get is like, oh, it's the worst chase
Brother
piece.
Blood.
Oh yeah, Brother Blood, or
Cosmic Justice.
Or back like a couple years ago, there was a Deadpool set, and there was a Prime character. You either got like a Prime character,
the purple ring,
or it's the green ring.
Oh.
Have you seen it?
No, but
it's like a.
I have Amazon Prime, so it's like this.
in a case, there's 2 bricks. Mm-hmm. One brick has the chase, the other brick has the Prime. Mm-hmm. The Prime is just a different version of. So let's say all the commons, one of the commons has a Prime.
Okay.
And of all the uncommons, one of the uncommons has a Prime, etc. So super rare, rare. There's 4 different primes.
Yeah. But so it's just it's no different than like rookie experienced veteran.
Yeah.
Like, right? I mean.
Yeah, it's a lot like it. But like the one I saw people pulled. Maybe Chris pulled this one. It didn't
Big
happen
Baby?
to me. Yeah. But
good.
It was there's the Prime common slot was a guy named Professor, and he was like 40 points, and he was just
The guy
awful.
from And One Mixtape Basketball, the professor who would ball up on people.
He had the Weapon X keyword. I don't know. Did that guy have the?
I don't know if he was scholarly. We'll say. He's probably the professor. Is he the professor that like made Wolverine?
Probably. I think so. But yeah, I don't remember particularly, but there have been times where
Irvin Malmsteen was his name. Made that up. That's a lie.
Yeah, that did not sound familiar, but you got me.
Gotta say it with confidence.
So, you don't currently play Heroclix, is that correct?
I don't. I lost my interest in Heroclix.
Just checking my time, seeing, making sure it didn't shut off on me.
Well, to do a 2-part series.
Okay.
I lost my love with Heroclix probably around the Superman set, where you had like General Zod, and then the like Cosmic Marvel set that came right after that. So my biggest
Galactic Guardians?
Yeah. No.
No.
No, remember it had like Prime. It wasn't Galactic Guard. Maybe it was. Yeah, because I played more than that. But
Chaos War.
it had like Magog, or not Magog. It had Magus. Um, and then it had like Adam Warlock. Maybe it was.
I think that was Galactic Guardians.
Okay.
And they could switch back and forth, right? The
Mhm,
Magus
yeah.
and the Adam Warlock.
But so my biggest pet, I never liked DC. Their sets I never enjoyed because their sets weren't balanced. And that's just how I feel. I feel like there was always 2 or 3 what we call tentpole characters, which are basically characters that support the whole entire team. So you'd have Superman would come out. Of course, he would be just a beast.
Yeah,
There'd be a Wonder Woman.
I am reminded now. You asked me the question about like, oh, are there?
Well, I
like,
was in the middle of my.
Sorry.
I
Do you
just-
want to keep going, or
No,
can I?
no, it's fine.
Is that okay?
Yeah, I can keep going. No, I'm saying like I can continue.
Okay. Oh, well,
But anyways,
there were some pieces that came out, some chase pieces that were overpowered. Because you asked
OP'd
me about-
is what the cool kids say.
Because you asked me about like pieces that are overrated.
Yeah.
So the chase pieces were all Kingdom Come pieces.
Oh,
and of
yeah.
course, they made them like.
They redid Kingdom Come
Yeah.
because like the original Kingdom Comes were also overpowered. Like that Superman was ridiculous. You remember Icon Superman was the worst. Icon Superman was so bad, YouTube fam, that trying to reach the younger audiences.
I'm sure they felt it.
Icon Superman was so bad that they had to change the rules of hypersonic speed.
Yeah.
Because it was such a broken piece. Just to give you guys a little background of DC. And I love Batman. I absolutely love Batman. The Flash is okay, but then they started making Flashes to where they could deal, 3 or 4 damage, which was okay, but then they would have these other powers. And I love Flash, but he's not a strong character. He's a run in, do 1 or 2 clicks of damage, maybe run back, maybe tie a character up. He's not a come in KO. It's just that's not the Flash, and that's not the way he's written. Anyways, but so DC would always have just 1 or 2 characters in the set that everyone would play, and it was ridiculous because the other characters in that set couldn't take those characters down. And I don't know how Marvel is now, but Marvel did a pretty good job. Like Secret Invasion was probably the most balanced set, I think. Their characters were ranging around 40 to 150, 151 at the highest. But there wasn't anyone that really stood out. And there was a lot of, there was well-balanced characters. Some characters were front-loaded, meaning right up front, they had really great stats, but then you would hit them a couple hits, then they would be, average. So Heroclix, man, it used to be like a boxing match. It was like this delicate, you'd match up characters, you would exchange blows, maybe run back, heal. But it was just like tit for tat. Now Heroclix is I throw you up, either I land my hit and just KO your character, or you just obliterate him, or basically just null him. He could still be alive, but he's not going to do anything. Or I miss, and then you just smash me down, and then we run back and forth. There's no more, even though Jason does, but there's no positioning. Goes out the window because everyone has a move power, action, or double action power. I feel like they really watered down the game. Before it was, not everyone could run and move, and that was a nice portion about the game because it really made you think like, hey, if I move up here, what all is going to happen? Because that guy's going to be stuck here.
Consequences.
And I really enjoyed that. Instead of now it's just run and gun. Get the first hit, you pretty much win. I don't enjoy that. Or, I spent 20 points and now I have the Infinity Gauntlet, so now I can do anything I want to do. It really bothers me. Really, really bothers me about the game. I mean, but that's only competitively. You know, I'm playing with Jason. It's never, you know, like that. He normally plays annoying swarm teams with 30 people on it, and you're just like, ah. But and sometimes we'll try to grind the clock down on his turn. So watch for that.
It's not true.
He's almost got beat up one time because of that. Luckily, me and Big Baby had to step in. Shout out to Big Baby.
Shout out to Eder.
Come get some. But yeah, man, it's yeah, man, it was good times. But the game's just changed, and it changed, and there was you know, it was a bell curve. It changed, and it really did start making the game a lot better and more fun, more interesting. But then I felt it just went too much. Now everyone has special powers. This nulls this, and everyone can do everything. And like I said, I feel like now it's just, you know, I can have this guy, this guy, this guy, and I can just beat up whoever I want or get the first hit. And it bothers me. It bothers me a lot.
It's probably a difficult job to keep the game balanced.
Sure.
But maybe they could do a better job at it. But really, we should take over WizKids.
Sure. Well, yeah, and with that being said, yeah, I definitely don't have, you know, oh, just do A, B, and C and that'll fix the game. Because also it comes down to the players. So, like, I don't know if you guys play tournaments, or tournaments. I learn how to speak. Tournaments are like what you get for, I don't know. I try to make it, we'll edit that out. But so in tournaments, what would happen a lot is you would end up playing, you know, you would see basically the same team, maybe with one or two small elements that are changed out. But it would always be, remember it was Phoenix. Everyone ran Phoenix. Phoenix. And which pros and cons is that you can kind of bet and build, which I would do. I would build my team around those teams, betting on someone's going to run that, and I would try to nerf them. But I didn't enjoy that, building a team specifically to beat another team. I really would love to play theme teams or teams that were like super underdog that like no one ran, and I would try to run with it. And plus, then if I lost, I'd be like, oh, well, because I'm playing
Next
the Power
wave.
Pack. Yeah, I have Cave Carson. That's why I lost. But it was still, or even the Runaways, man. Like the Runaways, they were so cool, but they just sucked. I mean, you had Victor.
They came out with new ones just recently. I don't know how they do.
Well, you had like that Victor.
Mancha?
Yeah, Victor Mancha. He was good. Then you had
Running shot, psychic blast.
but he only had like a 10 attack at his like peak. And then you had Monica Rambeau. She was nice, but it was just too late in the game for that. But yeah, so that's how I feel about it. Comment down below if you guys want to play an old school Heroclix game, huh? Hammer of Thor below.
Wow. I do have some Hammer of Thor pieces still. So, do you want to ask me anything else?
Mm-hmm. In 60 seconds, how many beers do you think? I'm just kidding. Jason doesn't drink alcohol, nor does he support drinking alcohol, because that's for losers.
I don't think it's wrong. It's just what I've chosen for myself.
Mm-hmm. Wrong. Ask my mom. It's wrong.
And I look down on you.
Mm-hmm. Do you have a favorite set?
Turtles, bro.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry.
Okay.
It's easy. First super rare pulled.
First super rare pulled wasn't really a super rare at the time.
Unique. They were uniques back then, right? Is that what
oh, the first unique I pulled.
Yeah,
that's
the
story.
Sorry.
Oh, do you remember the story? Is that what you're baiting me into?
Yeah.
All right. So this is a good one, guys. You got you got all of your seat, but you're only going to need the edge for this one. So that was good. So the first, I kind of butchered it. So the first unique I ever got was they had starter packs. I don't know if they still do starter packs.
They do, but it's not like those
Okay.
ones. I mean,
So you would get a starter pack, and at the time there was only DC, and it was Hyper Time. And if you guys want to have some fun, go to HC Realms and look up Hyper Time characters and stats. It'll blow your mind how bad they are compared to characters now. But so the very first box.
well, so the starter sets
Oh, yeah,
were like
sorry.
a big booster box back then.
Yeah, it had 2 boosters inside them, and then it had maps and dice in your objects. Just little pogs, no special objects, nothing like that. And the maps were massive. They were a bug glue on them. They were big. But so the very first HeroClix pack I've ever opened, I opened up very first character, Darkseid, unique. Thus, he's probably one of my favorite characters, and he was just an awesome character at the time. Outwit, Psychic Blast, Impervious with a 16 defense. What?
16
Good luck
defense.
hitting that, dude. I had like 150 or 60 points.
Was his attack good? You have a 12?
Attack was a 11 or maybe a 10.
That's too bad they did
I think
that.
he had mind control too.
Because I think the Thanos from the Infinity Challenge had a 12 attack.
Well,
So
remember he got a 15 attack at one point.
Oh, did he?
Yeah. And then Nightmare had a 14. Getting it all up in the dreams. Nightmare was garbage.
Veteran Ultron was
Oh, yeah,
one of the
13.
high ones,
He had a
right?
13. 13 with a 10 or 8 range with 3 lightning bolts. But that was before they changed Energy Explosion, which now is super awesome.
They've done like a couple different energy explosion
Well,
changes.
this one was
I don't
just-
know what it is right now. I forget.
This one was poo-poo. This one was no good. It was just hit somebody, deal 1, maybe. It was a really, really weak writing. But man, that was super awesome. And worst trade ever. I'll tell mine right now. My worst trade was also unique because I'm an Ultra Patriot. We were pulling Clobber time, and my friend pulled a Nick Fury. I think it was you actually pulled Nick Fury unique. I love Nick Fury. This is the white Nick Fury, the original one, not the Ultimates Samuel L. Jackson, which people probably only know from movies because no one reads comics anymore.
There's a white one?
Stop it. So Jason, I believe it was you. You pull Nick Fury. I pull Spiral. Spiral at the time was one of the best uniques you could pull, and I was just a dum-dum and I didn't care. So Spiral had Blades, Claws, Fangs, and Flurry, and at this time, a point in history of HeroClix, that was unheard of. It was like it theoretically could have been the strongest character in the game if you made your rolls.
I think there was a Logan in that set, but maybe he didn't start off with Flurry.
No,
and
there
Blade?
wasn't. Yeah, he was garbage too, man.
Yeah.
Yeah,
With the hat?
Yeah, and the cigar.
Did they changed later?
Mm-hmm. They took it out. Yeah, smoking's bad. But so I traded the Spiral for the Nick Fury. Actually, maybe it wasn't you because you would have given me more. I mean, it was maybe Casey.
I think it was not me.
Yeah, because you would have. You're good with trades like that.
Thank
But man, that one was a stink because I love Nick Fury, but he is not a good character. Although I did run out in the middle of them because I was so cocky. I did running shot, and I outwitted someone's defense, and I got double sixes. So I did like 3 damage, which was insane at that point in time. And then he got blasted, but he held in. He was like the last character. It was awesome. I got like 3 double sixes on him, and I was blasting fools in that game. So that was
Did you have a best trade?
best trade.
Think about it. My best trade was at one of those huge tournaments we went to,
Mhm.
and I ended up trading someone like 3 uniques, super rares, for like a unique Ares. That's how I got my Aries from
the DC Aries, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
With the
Oh yeah, that was a beast.
with the axe and yeah, that guy.
DC
19
Aries from
defense.
Icons, right? Was it Icons?
Icons was the veteran Superman.
Oh, okay, so it was a Legend?
Legacy.
Legacy, yeah. But anyways, he was a beast. Was that at MegaCon or what was that?
Not Mega. It was just one of the big tournaments that Jeff ran.
Man, I miss that too. So we used to have maybe, I don't know, once a year we would have giant tournaments. Honestly giant. So where we would rent out like ballrooms in hotels. Not we, but our home game store. So that was us. They would rent out ballrooms, and there would probably be like 60, 80 people there playing. It was unheard of for the time, and he was such a good guy. He really showed us a lot of love. That was cool.
I always
Smash the
remember
like button if you like Jeff.
Jeff Williams. I always remember him like.
Unity 2, because someone had Unity 1.
Did they?
Yeah. Remember on his yellow Charger?
Oh, I don't remember.
Yo,
Well,
twist on this,
I always remember Jeff coming to us and like shaking my hand, like, "Hey, do you guys need any help? Need anything?"
Mhm. Which was really cool because I can't stress it enough. Like nowadays, comic books are everything. They're mainstream. When we were playing, man, it was dead. There was no love for it at all. So it was really cool because he hardly made money off us.
Yeah,
You know, there was
sure.
like there was like Magic that was crazy money. Yu-Gi-Oh was still really popular, and Pokemon's always a big He really didn't make money off us.
So
But
he was just keeping the community strong.
Yeah, he was just a really, really cool guy. What are he up to now?
I think he's into acting.
Yeah, I could see that. I mean, I think like he thinks he can be an actor. You know the difference between a jerry curl and a perm is? I asked for a perm. That's a joke that Jeff made one time. He had a straight up mullet, like a feathered mullet.
That's true.
Oh man, good guy though.
Good
Honest to goodness, good guy. Really looked out for everyone. No cussing. He was real big on that. What's your favorite Marvel movie?
Probably Winter Soldier.
Okay. Smash the like button if Jason's a racist for not saying Black Panther. It was okay. I got a lot of hype.
Black Panther.
Yeah. It was fine.
I liked it. I mean, yeah.
I don't think it deserved the hype that it got. I think it was more so just because like the first Black, and it wasn't the first Black. I mean, Blade. Hello.
Yeah.
That was an awesome series.
Wesley Snipes.
Yeah. Steel. Shaq.
I didn't see that movie. I remember that came out.
Yeah. So yeah, a little history for it. It wasn't the first, but it was a fine. The movie was okay. It was literally just okay. I think it just got way too much hype. But yeah, Winter Soldier was awesome, man. That was a really good one. I liked the original Guardians of the Galaxy, but then I also hated it because then everyone was like, "Oh, Guardians, I love, baby, I Groot." And I'm like, you don't even know Groot, man. You knew who Guardians was before this movie came out.
We went to see that together.
Mine would, Guardians of the Galaxy was really good. Thor Ragnarok was really good, but mine would have to be Captain America, the First Avenger, or whatever. That's my favorite, because I love Captain America.
That's one of my favorites.
Not Chris Evans, just Captain America. A little fact: Captain America is an open Christian in the Marvel comics. I don't know about now because they're super liberal and they're changing all these characters to be PC. And turns out all their sales are dropping because of that. Because it's not even good storylines. Like Thor's a woman now, which is fine, but they just made her a woman just to appease people. Like the story behind it is really weak. Iron Man was this black teenage girl who's like super intelligent, which is fine, but don't replace Iron Man with that. Make that its own storyline. Just little things like that. I'm just like, that's fine. You can add in stuff, but just make it their own and give them a good story, and then people will like them. Don't just shoehorn in diversity or changes to like appease people who don't even read comics. they just wear the shirts and go see the movies, go to Target, and they're not actual comic book fans. They're Marvel Universe fans, like the movies, which is fine. But that crowd, comic book crowd, is entirely different. Do you remember MegaCon? Do you remember when we used to go to MegaCon? How it was like all anime, and it was maybe the size, maybe like 3 of these buildings put together, and now it's the biggest thing ever. Ugh. It's crazy.
I tried to like sign up to like be like a press person there, so I could like, cause, you know, my YouTube channel.
Sure. They said no.
No. Well, I didn't get an email back, so they said no. Oh, well. I'll keep trying.
It's the Belzer spirit.
That's right. That's right.
That's a good movie though. Yeah, Winter Soldier is a really good movie.
Yeah. But the first Avenger, I mean, that's up there too. Those are my 2 favorite movies. I'm with you on that first.
I mean,
Avenger.
Iron Man and Deadpool is funny, but like it's just that's all it is. It's just funny. So to me, I put that in like a different category than the movies because it's not, you know, character development. Don't tell me you're watching for the character development. Don't tell me you actually care about that guy. It's just edgy, funny, and burritos. Haha. Yeah.
Hoping to see Red Skull though in a future movie or something
Yeah,
like that. 'Cause,
that'd
you know,
be cool.
he got sucked into the gem or into space. Tesseract the space gem? Is that what that is?
I thought it was a cosmic cube. I don't know. They do such a weird storyline with that. They could just run with the actual story arc and it'd be so awesome. But yeah, guys, it's almost an hour, so I think we're gonna have to end it. But we'll definitely have to have part 2 because I did not get through half of my questions that I wanted to do.
All right.
Oh, let's do this, guys. Not like you really care about me, but put in the comments questions that you want Jason to answer or me to answer.
Thanks, guys. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.
Yeah, thanks for having me on. Oh, and one more thing. It's nice to be important. What's more important to be nice? All right, have a good night, guys.
Thanks, Zach.